I'm so excited. I finally got this book. I had ordered it from the library and it took forever. It's a amazing book written by Lupita Nyong'o, one of my favorite actresses in the entire world. And the name of the book is Sulwe. Sulwe. Look at that darling girl. And it's illustrated by Vashti Harrison, who's really famous for her wonderful illustrations. And look at the great end papers. Beautiful. Kind of African, I think, in nature. Sulwe. All right. Sulwe was born the color of midnight. And this is a picture of midnight and Sulwe being the color of midnight. What an exciting color to be. She looked nothing like her family, not even a little, not even at all. Mama was the color of dawn, Baba the color of dusk, and Meech, her sister, was the color of high noon. So there's her mama, her daddy, and her sister, the color of high noon. And there's Sulwe. Hardly anyone at school looked like Sulwe either. People gave her sister Meech pet names like Sunshine and Ray and Beauty. People gave Sulwe names like Blackie and Darky and Night. Sulwe felt hurt every time. So she hid away while her sister made lots of friends. And here's her sister playing jump rope. And then there's everybody playing, and she just didn't feel like she was a part of any of it, and she was by herself. It must have been a hard situation. Sulwe dreamed of being the same color as her sister. She wanted real friends too. So there she is, dreaming in her room, and here's some of the images she has of what it would be like if she was the same color as her sister, instead of being so dark. So she got the biggest eraser she could find and tried to rub off a layer or two of her darkness. That hurt. She crept into Mama's room and helped herself to her makeup. Oh no, she would hear about this from Mama. So that's her hurting herself with the eraser, and that's her with some light powder on her face. And then she thought, oh, I'm going to be in trouble. Sulwe decided to work from the inside out, and so she ate only the lightest, brightest foods. Here's a picture of some of the light, bright foods she ate. She thought maybe that would make her lighter. Isn't she beautiful, though? It's so sad that she felt bad about how she looked. With a stomach ache, after eating all that, she went to bed early and turned to God for a miracle. And here she is praying in her room, and here's her prayer. Dear Lord, why do I look like midnight when my mother looks like dawn? Please make me as fair as the parents I'm from. I want to be beautiful, not just to pretend. I want to have daylight. I want to have friends. If you hear me, my Lord, and would like to comply, may I wake up as bright as the sun in the sky. Amen. When Mama came in to wake her up for school the next morning, Sulwe rose to find not a trace of daylight in her midnight skin. So here's her Mama coming in, and there's she looking at herself in the mirror. None of that worked. Sulwe then told Mama everything, and her Mama gave her a big hug. I hope her Mama makes her feel better. Mama asked, what is your name? Sulwe, she muttered. And what does it mean? Star, Sulwe whispered. star? Sulwe whispered. I think Sulwe is just about ready to start feeling better. She named her star. Brightness is not in your skin, my love. Brightness is just who you are. As for beauty, Mama said, rubbing Sulwe's stomach the way she always did to comfort her, you are beautiful. Sulwe sighed. So Sulwe's really not buying it. She's still crying. Well, you are beautiful to me, but you can't rely on what you look like to make you feel beautiful, my sweet. Real beauty comes from your mind and your heart. It begins with how you see yourself, not how others see you. Now, up you go, and out you go. She says, it doesn't matter how others see you. How could she, as dark as she was, have brightness in her? So she's looking in the bus window. She's going to school. And there she is in the back, still feeling pretty crummy. How could she have beauty when no one but her mother seemed to see it? She's given this a lot of thought. How could she be a star? And she's still worried, and she's in bed, feeling pretty awful. That night, a shooting star appeared at Sulwe's window. The night sent me, the star said. Come with me. Look at that. A falling star came and it swept around her and said, come with me. Sulwe hopped onto the star and off they went. Long ago, at the beginning of time, said the star, there was night and day, and they were sisters. So the star is talking to her. There was night and day, and they were sisters. They loved each other very much, but people didn't treat the sisters the same. Look at daylight sister and nighttime sister. But people didn't treat them the same. I love these illustrations. Everyone was saying to the one sister, lovely, nice, pretty, the daytime. That's all what they said. And the nighttime, they said, scary, bad, ugly. Oh, no, no, no. People gave day pet names like lovely and nice and pretty. People gave night names like scary and bad and ugly, and she felt hurt every time. Well, I would too. Look at how hurt she is. So I wonder what happens. Day stayed behind and enjoyed making everybody happy in the sun, but then Day grew too long. Day began to really miss her sister. And so did everybody else. So they were making her happy, but then they started getting kind of tired. They missed the night. There had to be a way to get her back. Day set off to find Night, and she did. I miss you, said Day. I miss you too, said Night, but you don't know what it's like to be treated badly for being dark. You're right, I don't, Day replied. But what I do know is that we need you just the way you are. Come and see. And there's Day going to find Night. And then she finds Night. She says, we need you just the way you are. Come and see. So Night returned and the people rejoiced. We need the darkest night to get the deepest rest. We need you so that we can grow and dream and keep our secrets to ourselves. The stars chimed in. Brightness isn't just for daylight. Light comes in all colors, and some light can only be seen in the dark. While day had a golden glow, with night everything had a silver sheen, elegant and fine. And here's some of the beauty of the light at night. Silvery, beautiful. I wonder if this made her feel better. Day told her sister, when you are darkest is when you are most beautiful. It's when you are the most you. Could it be that night did not need to change, not even a little, not even at all? So there she is talking to her sister. That was a whole new idea tonight. Now that day and night were back together, a little bit of night returned to day in the form of shadows, and a little bit of day returned to night in the form of moonlight. They were inseparable from that moment on and promised to celebrate the brightness in each other, whether people chose to believe it or not. Even if people couldn't see it, it didn't matter. They knew how valuable they are. You see, the star explained, we need them both on their sunniest day and their darkest night and every shade in between. Together they make the world we know, light and dark, strong and beautiful. And here they are flying up above the earth and seeing the lights of the city in the darkness. So we rose the next morning beaming. There would be no hiding anymore. She belonged out in the world, dark and beautiful and bright and strong. And look at how happy she is. And look, her mother must be so happy. Her mother looks very surprised to see how happy. She's never seen her daughter so happy. How thrilling. And if she ever needed a reminder of her brightness, all she had to do was look up at the sky on the darkest night to see for herself. This is her looking up at the night, seeing for herself how beautiful, beautiful dark is. Sulwe then felt beautiful inside and out. And she is, isn't she? Absolutely beautiful inside and out. And then there's the author's note. So Lupita Nyong'o wrote this beautiful note about what it was like for her, where she was so dark that she didn't feel like she had as much worth, and how she went all through all kinds of beautiful book. I think we should all get it. And how she came to terms with, and now she's one of the most famous models and actresses in the entire world. And of course, considered one of the most beautiful, because she is, and she's beautiful inside and out. Thank you, Lupita Nyong'o, for this beautiful book, Sulwe. Thank you for enjoying it with me. I love it. I'll see you next time.